And good morning. Welcome to the last episode of Morning Mindset. That's the last one ever. That's kind of sad. We've had a good 3-year run with this. It's hard to believe. 3 years over what? I'd say over 400 episodes. Over 400 episodes over 3 years. It's been a journey. That is for sure. But don't fret. On Friday, we'll be back with the Movers and Makers podcast. That's what it's going to be. What was I going to say? Not sure what I was going to say on that. So that's what's happening. Last show, last thing, everything changes. We got today and tomorrow, New Year's Day. You're going to start seeing some changes. You'll see the banners change in the YouTube channels. You'll see the banners change on the Facebook group. You see all those changes being made. So, yeah. It is definitely it's definitely time for change. So with that, welcome, Morning Mindset. Same thing, will happen. I'll still need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and how the weather is in your area, and your 5 things that you were going to accomplish today. I think it's pretty trashy out. I think foggy. I think it's supposed to get up decent, but what is this trash that I'm hearing weather-wise coming up on what middle end of the month? I'm looking to see what our weather is here. You're talking, you're gonna be like below freezing, maybe some snow down in Florida. Just saying. Yeah, 35, foggy, feels like 30. I think we're gonna get to like 42 today, so not bad. And then we got some decent weather for a little while before the bottom drops out. As far as our 5 things, DTF that needs to come in. We've got HTV transfers that are done cutting that need to be weeded so they can go out today. We've got shirts that need to be pressed today so we can get those shipped tomorrow. I got to work on the intro and outro video for YouTube, and then we got invoicing to get done here before the end of the year. So let's check in and see how everyone's doing this morning. Renee, good morning to you. 29 on the way up to 40. Gray in Chicagoland, water in the bottle, coffee brewing. Live therapy, UPS, find my office, set up January calendars, regroup. That's what I am. I get so tired of the new year, new me bullshit. Like it's just regroup. Like if it was that important to you, you don't need to wait till a day to make it happen. If we use today as kind of the year-end review show, we had a lot of ups and we had a lot of downs this year. We had a lot of unexpected expenses. We had, a lot of unexpected things just come up. You guys probably know about, 10% of, how everything really goes, because, hey, we don't tell you everything. The mentorship community may know a little bit more, but there's a lot of things just, on the back end business deals that we're working on, brand deals, sponsorships, influencer programs, just personal stuff that goes on, that everybody deals with, that I don't ever want to play the woe is me card. Like, oh no, we had a horrible month. We need your guys' help for this stuff. No, it's not on us to continuously run those jobs, continuously run marketing to try and better ourselves, better our people, better our systems to make that happen. So there's a lot that we don't talk about and tell about, and it's just how it is. So, overall, it was a good year. Like I said, ups, downs, ins, outs. We've got a lot of stuff set up for next year, which is, already ready to go. I've had some calls with a few different companies that are on board with a few project ideas that we have moving forward, and that's why the rebranding is happening. Is because to go through it, crafting with cash, we're running into a trademark issue with it. And that's, going back and forth. Even though we've been using it longer, they had it in print sooner. We can change it some things and go back and forth. And I said, it's just not worth it to spend thousands of dollars to go after something that we really haven't developed yet. So, let's see what else we can do with. And nobody was looking for Fat Dad Crafting with Cash. You're not searching that. So what are you doing? When we look at the space that we're in, we're all makers, whether you're making, something with embroidery or heat transfer vinyl or DTF or laser or sublimation or any of the other crafts out there. That's what we do. And I wanted something that would encompass all of that, because there's a lot of things that I want to do and I want to try and I want to show off. One of those being there'll be a video out towards spring, summer, into school year, because when we were talking with one of the gals that does stuff at the school, since this is Hattie's last year there, we're helping out with the 5th grade graduation. We want to build a balloon arch for it. And, there's like, man, these things are like costly. I'm like, you can build that. So that's a process to build, things to video, things to do. So when it comes to that, it gives us an opportunity to do more with less. We can start showing off things that we want to do and go through it. But before we get into like going down the rabbit hole of all of that, let's continue checking in and see how it is. What's up, Chuck? Good morning from foggy Florida. Morning, Chuck from Renee. And Sarah, good morning. 30, mostly cloudy. Hot apple cider in the cup. Now, will you drink that all year round? It's like me. I'll do coffee here through winter, and then I'll probably go back to just energy drinks in the morning. Will you do hot apple cider all year? Morning, Sarah from Renee. Morning, Renee and Sarah from Chuck. Morning, Chuck. They're all talking back and forth. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 34, dense fog. Water in the cup, 5 things. 3D printing. Ooh. We're having one will end up here. This is all got to change too. So after today's show, between Friday when we come back live, this should be different setup back here. Ender 3 is moving back here for now. And then we've got other stuff that's on the way for there, going through all of the stuff that's changed here. We've had a great working relationship with StarCraft, so thank them for everything that they've done. We're still, how long can I have that? That's like 4 years ago. Can I make it to? Can I do it in 2025, 5-year anniversary of that? So that might move a little. Kind of change some stuff around back there, but that's going to switch up back there. Let's see. 2024 review. That's what we're going through. Test stitch logos, clean grease embroidery machines, organized laser area. We got so much organization to do. It feels, our last Christmas was this past Saturday. Or last, official Christmas was this past Saturday, and we had it with our older kids, and it was a good time. I smoked up ham, smoked up pulled pork, some funeral potatoes, and then just odds and ends, meat, charcuterie board and whatever fruit and whatever the hell else they wanted. But the shining moment was that Dad had some fun and made the kids matching shirts with their pets on it, and I laughed so hard. The first kid put on it made me just laugh. All of them seemed to get a kick out of it. Some continued to wear them, and I'm like, it's not like they're ever going to wear them. And some are like Carista, teaches, or she's a teacher mentor at the school, and works in the cafeteria. So she's already said, hey, make sure that we have these washed so we can wear them back to school. So both the other kids were on board for that. And it was good. Everybody seemed to like it. So Corey posted those. I'm going to post them on my personal page. So that way, hey, content's growing for it. In fact, when I posted it, I had a few people reach out and said, hey, can you do something like that for me? Absolutely, we can. So it was a good, fun time, and I really enjoyed it. So, Christmas is over. We've got New Year's this week, which check with your vendors to see how schedules are. We know some that, are just taking Wednesday off, some that are doing half day tomorrow and all day on Wednesday. Others have been closed for 2 weeks now, and they're still closed the rest of the week. So make sure to check with your vendors. And remember, there still are shipping issues. Or they're still playing catch up, so things could still be taking longer than what they should. So keep that in mind there for it. And, this is kind of just another slow week until we get back into it next week, which, hey, we'll keep pushing through it. We are doing a half day tomorrow. We've got some plans tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll be closed on Wednesday. Be back full strength on Thursday. Doesn't really matter. We will always be working. I've got stuff that I'm working on, even if I'm not in the office there for it. Hi, Renee, Chuck, and Sarah. Morning, Barb. Hi, Barb. Tim, good morning to you. Tim from Toledo. Just got done with my coffee. Next, it's 40 degrees out. Nice. Chuck, they're saying January, February are supposed to be cold here. Yeah, we were watching that over the weekend because there's some, crazy storms down south, wicked crazy storms. And depending on who you're modeling, or the model that you were doing, they're talking like the northern part of Florida could be like snow, like freezing snow, iguana droppings from, the treetops, crazy snow. Or crazy cold and some snow. Other ones, not so much. So it'll be interesting to see because that's supposed to be like the second, third week of January, which if that's the case, that's, when it's supposed to be negatives around here towards the end part of it. And hey, we'll be in California for a week. So crossing fingers that happens while we're gone. I don't want to deal with the cold, but we know there's a chance of it's still 2 weeks out. We'll see what happens, but man, let's hope that doesn't happen. Hi, Tim from Barb, and morning, Tim from Renee. And Tim said he's working on hats this morning, getting the file set up for a flat glass job tomorrow, 2 tint jobs this afternoon, then cutting the frost film for the job after that, and getting the posts set for noon. Nice, look at you, Tim. Tim's just tinting away. Rocking and rolling, tinting away. Good job for you. And getting for new pricing as of January 1st. Yep. And this is a perfect time to renew your pricing. Look and see where ours. We're going to have an increase on some stuff. Some other stuff is going to stay the same, and some other stuff is even going to drop a little because as we're going through it, the volume that we're doing, we're able to negotiate some better pricing on things. So, hey, when we're able to do that, we pass the savings on, meets our margin numbers. That's where we're at with it. So it'll be, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the new year, new things that can happen, and how to, build out different systems in place to make things happen for it. Of course, Renee, I will. And that's the whole point of this. Like, we were talking this weekend, and it's funny because a lot of my friends are makers. That's just what it is. Whether they are in the t-shirt side of things, the gift side of things, ones I talked to this weekend, laser engravers, CNC wood operators, metal workers, embroiders, and quilters. There's a little group that I was talking to this weekend, and they're like, that is some of the best content that you previously did was on your old Tuesdays with Todd's, just to show, hey, how did this work? How did it go? And I said, yeah, a lot of that was stuff that could be done in 5 and 10 minutes, and I could stretch that out into an hour show. Intro, talk about the product, do the product, talk about it after there. I said, in some of these, they're a couple hours. Like, we did tumblers for the kids, and each tumbler was an hour long. I can't do a Tuesday with Todd with it just going back and forth. It just gets boring. But I can record it, make a video of it. Balloon Arch for sure will get filmed, and it'll be interesting. So this thing, putting that together, one of the things that Corey kind of got interested in, and of course, when she gets interested in something, I get interested in it, and I say, how can I make this bigger, better, badder for you? And so she's been hand knitting some blankets, and I said, there's got to be an easier way with this, and it's not a hard way, but I'm like, hey, how can I do this? And then I started seeing looms that you could buy for it. I'm like, well, I could just build that. And I'm like, okay, there's content idea for it. So there's a lot of things where I can make that. Come springtime, we're doing a color change on the golf cart. I'm going to put I made some flip up armrests for it when we first got it, and because there was nothing like it on the market, and now they are on there, and it's so the back seats can fold down and up with those in there, and I have them on the inside, so that's an upgrade that I want to do because the hinges are going bad on it. Put a new top on it, wheels, and so that's a video series to do. There are products that we want to do more of. We can definitely show how to do DTF printing, UV-DTF applying, glitter, all of our shirt things. We can show how to do that, how to run our screen printed transfers, how to run our DTF transfers, how to run all of that stuff and do there. We can also show all the laser things that we're wanting to do, between, there's so many different projects that we can roll through those. And as new trending things come up, then we're going to give them a shot and go with there and make video content on it, because that's something that we need to do. 3D printing, I'm not quite sure where that falls into it, because we want to make jigs for us. So yes, we can show those videos for there. We can show off the different things that we want to do. And the great thing with the bamboos are that they have the camera built into them. So time lapses are super simple, super easy to do. So that's something to keep going and building. And so it could be where we still have our lives 3 times a week. We have, maybe a weekly vlog in there, what was up for the week for it. And then, shoot for, to start off at least every other week of a produced video of content. And so could it happen sooner? Yeah, but we're going to keep going with it. Janessa, hey, good morning to you. Jane S. from Renee. And hey, Renee. Yeah, iguana dropping cold, right? Like, that's the best part about Florida is when they're like, watch for falling iguanas because it's cold. Yep, there goes citrus prices. Everything's going to go up. Next week, it's supposed to be in the 30s for lows. Yeah, check that. Not excited about that. Ooh, hello, all. One of the doctors, Jerry, is it because you've been feeling like crap for a while, right? I know we talked about it in our mentorship community, which if you're not a part of our mentorship community, you should look at joining. It's only $20 a month. That price is going up as well. That is one of the price increases that we're having for the amount of content that is in there, the amount of information that's in there. If you are in this before the price increase, you're fine. Your price stays the same. The new price, $40. So it's doubling in price. So if you're not in there, that is going to happen February 1st, I believe. So we're going to make sure everybody knows about it all through January to give them a time to get in there. But that is going to increase. If you're already a member, you get in before that. Legacy, you're into good to go. And Renee's asking if Jerry's okay. Yes, dermatologist to get spots taken off. Ooh, well, that's not what we talked about. Evelyn, good morning. Hey, all from Orlando. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Evelyn. Jerry, Todd, did you do a Tuesday with Todd on how to get rid of strings on the hoodie with the wizard? I did. In fact, Jerry, it's super, super simple, super easy. Maybe that's what I can do. I can do a quick little video. Yeah, because I can probably do a screen recording of that today. I'll do a screen. I will do a screen recording of that today. I'll get that posted. Let's see, string removal. Because I don't even need to use the wizard for it. So I'll show you how I do it, and that way, it works for everybody, and you can have it there for it, and I can show different colors on it. SNS, those are the ones that irritate me because a lot of their brands, when they bring in of hoodies, they're different poses, and so the strings aren't all the same. Sanmar, most all the strings are the same, so you can use it over and over and over. And Ella said, Renee, so the prices are going to be crazy because the trees got blown all over the place. The hurricane was no joke. Well, that and the cold, right? And Jerry, hopefully just freezing and not cutting. Me too, Renee. 69 in Orlando right now. I need to head down to Orlando soon, maybe spring. And Evelyn used to live in Castleberry, and we had 13 orange trees on our lot. Look at that. I'm in Winter Springs. We actually, if you watch our intro, there's a wheel, you'd have to go back and watch the old one because the new intro on that. I think we actually have, maybe it's not Winter Springs, maybe it's Winter Park. So we did some work for somebody there, and that's part of it for it. You're welcome, Jerry. Of course, that's what we'll do. And that's where I'll need your guys' help. Things like that. That's something simple and easy to do that I find super simple and easy to do because we've been doing it for years. So simple videos like that are, under 10 minutes that are going to take to do, look for those. We will start doing more of those. And in fact, I'll make that the first one. We'll get it started on it. We'll put it there. I got asked over Thursday, Friday, somebody we were talking about tumbler wraps and how they're doing it so that way they can get it matched up. And I was like, you just do, the bar trick. You measure out how much you have and you just do a little bar and then you score. And then when the two lines meet up on the other side, and there's no single line, then you know that your design is right there. And then it matches up. And they're like, oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, that's how I did it. I'm like, it could be another better way for it. And just like trying out different things. We were doing stuff with these cups because I'm running into that issue where it's taking up more there. And so what we did was we ran a stripe down a new cup, just like a form, I think it was like 2.5 millimeter wide stripe. And so we could see, does it keep the same coloring all the way through, same power down here versus same power up here? And I will say that it was not the greatest. That we had mixed results on it on the same thing. So um, the coating on the JPPlus tumblers, there could be a little issue with, on this curve part. Down here, fine. Up here, fine. We did a couple split ones, and it's just right in this spot right here. So I'm going to continue to test things and work to see if we can nail that down so it's the same settings every time. But for the most part, it turns out fine. You have that there, but it was just like little tips and things like that on what we're doing and how we're making it work. The other thing going into next year, because like I said, we're year in review. Our sales were up, not as much as what we wanted them to be, and so we will have to address that because we want growth every year. At the same time, we know what our ceiling is on for what we have for before we'd have to hire in more people, and we don't mind. I can put the kids to work when we have something big come in that, but if we schedule it out right, we don't have to worry about that. And a lot of things, if we can partner with people, then we don't have to worry about that. So it'll allow more time for the content creation side of things. That's pretty much what Wednesdays are going to be for me. That's a work on the business, so that's going to be there. There's times when we're set up, we'll find out here in 2 weeks, if TikTok's going to be around or not. But there's another platform where I can just throw a camera and a laser in that hour. It can just record and just post live content. Same thing on YouTube. So those are things that, here's how we can go forward with it from there. And that's what, that's what we're looking at doing. It is the Xtool S1 40 watt version. And that's one of the things that we have ran into is that a lot of people, have the Xtool S1, but not a lot of people have the 40 watt. They'll have the 20 watt. And almost nobody has the 2 watt IR on it. And we have that one as well. And then we have the F1. So look for content on both of those. I had a good conversation with Xtool on things to expect for next year and how we can do it. And we're doing with that. Just JPPlus, talking with them. They're going to change up the way that they're doing things for us next year. So we're going to have more structured content of things that as new things come out, that they want to promote and push. And how can we get those in our hands so we can test them out, real world advice on it, problems, things like that. And that'll work. Sublimation, that'll work. Sublimation, laser engraving, pretty much anything that we can do with their stuff, we're going to test out and do. So flat sheet stock, hats, leatherettes, anything, we're going to run through and see what we can do on there. Jewelry stuff, there's somebody that was asking about that. And Cindy was a great one because, she's local. So I said, yeah, let's get it and test it out and see so we can, kind of go over settings and things like that. And the F1 is super affordable. It's under $2,000 for it. So if you're able to do some stuff with it, it'll be pretty sweet. I actually think it's like $1,300 now. So that's not the Ultra, just the regular one. So we'll go through, more things with that. Equipment plan. And I guess, we're doing a year in review, a look forward, because Friday will be the new show and we're going to talk about that and things with there. So we won't talk everything today, but I'm excited about what 25 holds for. The other thing we have going on is, what is the other thing? Oh, next Monday show, we'll talk Long Beach because that's coming up for Impressions Expo. So we will talk that. And so we're going to make sure that we, talk shows, talk about what's coming up, what we're seeing in the market, what we're seeing in the industry, what other people are saying, any trending things. Hey, we're all about it for it. But Xtool S140 affiliate link is down in the description because, hey, affiliate links are going to get the bills paid next year. That's my gut feeling on it. I am confident in saying that, we did between all of our affiliate links at least $500,000. So we did not bring in that. That's what we sold for other people. So don't get all like, holy hell, no. So how do we get a bigger chunk of that pie? Analytics, putting things together. That's what we're going to rock and roll with. Because there is equipment out there that I want next year. What are the things that I want to play with? You ask? Oh, I'm glad you did. let's see if we can get I can't talk about that one, and you'll find out in like 6 months why. But let's look at a desktop UV printer. Let's look at the DTF DTG printer. Let's look at CNC machine. Dude, it's what else? Possibly an embroidery machine. What else? What else can we bring in the mix here? 3D printer. That'll probably be the first one. The 3D printer, because people are really wanting that 3D printing content. So we can do that, increase our subscriber base, do things with it. We're going to be all aboard for it. Chandra with a Red Bull. I haven't had a Red Bull for a while. I did a Monster on Saturday. At that. It's been a while since I had a Monster. And, I remember why. Usually it's my travel drink. It was there for it. But with that, last show of the year, last show ever for Morning Mindset. I want to thank everybody for showing up, continuing to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing, and doing all that. Remember, after Friday, things are going to change. So you'll get the notifications if you're still here, but channel name will change, graphics will change, group will change, everything will change. So just got to keep an eye out for it. Make sure that wherever you are, you have your notifications turned on, so that way you get notified of it. And that's why we're not going to do too much stuff until next week to hopefully get everybody to know that we have for it. The Friday show will be new stuff and talking about what 2025 is going to bring for it. We've got goals. We're going to hit them together forever. We're going to do it. So with that, we've got a mentorship call starting in 30 minutes. I still want to get some other things set up for it. So for other things, so I can get rocking and rolling with that. It is going to be makers and movers, right? Let me pull it up. Makers and movers. That'll be the new name for it. Do I even have here? You'll see everything change here. Let me open something. Makers and movers. I will pull up the logo to be looking for. I can show you guys that, right? I can show you guys the logo, because I remember I said, are we going to drop it all at the same time? Or we're going to wait for it? People were like, no, just drop it all at the same time. So I said, okay, we will drop it all at the same time and see what we get with it. So that's the plan. I'm going to move this stuff over here so we can see it. That's grouped. We're going to put that bad boy there. Then we can drop that there. And I can bring that here, and then I can share it. I can present and I can share, and I can share my screen, and I can go with, here's what it is. There it is. We'll bring up Corel, and there's the new logo. Makers and movers, learn, make, move together. So that'll be the new group. Not the new group, but that will be the new name. Makers and movers, learn, make, move together. That'll be posted in the group, so that way people know what to look for. I'll make sure that I know today, tomorrow, keep putting it through there for it, and I will tag and drop that everyone @ sign. So make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure to comment on that post that you saw it, that you got it, so it'll keep it posted up the top too. But that'll be the new one right there. Makers and movers is what we got there, and this will become the Makers and Movers podcast. So that's what we got. Love it. I love to hear that, Jerry. Morning Mindset has been good to my business. I love it. That's what it's been good for my business too, because it's my outlet. Like, I think we all need that outlet for it. So with that, we're going to wrap up the last show ever, Morning Mindset. It's crazy to say. Yeah. Travis was the one who named this 3 years ago when we said we're going to start doing this 3 times a week. And it was a way to just keep me on track. And, we helped out a lot of people along the way. So I'm looking forward to, making a move in next year and see what we can do with it. So until next time, everybody have an amazing day. I got to find where this stuff is kept at, so it'll make it easier for me. Peace, love, press on. We'll see you guys next time.